Hey, hi, hello, it is Samantha here of Samantha Sutherland Art and Books. I was going to make a proper vlog podcast this week. However, I seem to have caught my daughter's cold. I was going to make a video the week before last, but my husband had an accident. We were shopping and he cut himself really badly and we ended up going to A&E. So the day that I was going to make my video got a bit scuppered, but his finger was a bit more a necessity to get checked. And then last week it was half term for my daughter, and then she had a cold all week, and now it seems thinking I had missed out on it, have started with it. So I'm not sure how much worse I'm going to get over this week because she was really poorly with it. So I decided to pop on and do a quick video. You might actually hear her. She's downstairs watching YouTube, but she's making a lot of noise. So I'm going to try and ignore her. The noise that is not her. I don't ignore her, honest. Yeah, she's been busy downstairs painting today as well. So when she got home from school, which was great. So I thought I would pop on with a TBR and show you a little bit of painting. There's a lot of painting and a big TBR, well, a slightly bigger TBR than I was going to have, then I decided to make it smaller. So before I completely get started, I've got my cup of tea in my beautiful brand new, I call it my Frida cup. It reminds me of Frida Kahlo or Emily Powell even. So if you are in need of a drink, how about you go grab one quick and I can then start a little bit of a chat. And I will just say, to those of you who are new, thank you so much for subscribing. I popped on a couple of weeks back to the surprise of my subscribers had jumped up to the point I actually made a considerable noticing of the numbers, because usually it's like 1 or 2, but there were quite a few, and it hopped up to, I think it's 26. I just want to say thank you so much for those of you who were kind enough to subscribe, and I hope you like what you see here. And I was hoping to get more videos put out more often, but this week and last week haven't helped, especially if I am coming down. Well, I seem to am coming down with a cold. My throat is sore, so it's a little bit, you can kind of hear it a little bit and I keep coughing from time to time. To those of you who've been here for a while, thank you for sticking with me and welcome back. So what have I been up to? I've been up to buying art books. I've been up to painting. I still haven't finished Miss Pettigrew. I will finish Miss Pettigrew. I really want to finish Miss Pettigrew because this leads to my TBR. I got some awesome things for Christmas, including books. And I was perusing Amazon and I just happened to find a Japanese to English translation book. Having the obsession with Japan that I do, as in I would love to live there one day, because it just, I have quite an obsession with Japan. If you remember, I bought a book for my husband for Christmas, which I said, don't think he's really going to like. And that was a Japanese to English translation book, which was Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I don't know if I did a video or I just posted it on Instagram, I can't remember. But I bought this for my husband for Christmas, and I really don't think he would have wanted to read it. So I bought him a different book, which I am sat looking at. It's over there. Because it's one of my pet hates. It was printed by Amazon, so the cover has curved up, as they do. But my dad bought me a book that I just kind of found, and it sounds beautiful. I'm not sure if anyone on BookTube has been reading it, but it's called, and I think I have actually come across this somewhere in my travels of book window shopping. Days at the Murray... Try again. That's not a good start, is it? I've already mispronounced it. Days at the Morisaki Bookshop by Satoshi Yagisawa. I hope I've got all of that right. So this is the book that I want to read first after I finish reading Miss Pettigrew with Sfide, because it was a gift book. I did have quite a big TBR, but I've brought it down just a little bit to something a little bit more manageable for me. because as you can tell, I'm not the fastest reader. I have had flare-ups of the IBS and fibro variety over the last month or so. So fatigue has been horrendous. So I've not been able to sit down and read because of the migraine attacks as well, because I also suffer them just for a little bit of fun. But also I think some of that was down to stress, because I had a bit of stressful medical news before Christmas, which then I was told was not so bad, so we'll keep an eye on you. And I've had medical appointments ever since, and it's getting a bit boring. I just want to sit and read and sit and paint and stuff and just spend a couple of days doing nothing. And we are still working on the spare room, and I really want to get that finished, not just for the fact that I get my room back, but for my little girl as well, because she is suffering in that room. She's too big for it. But yes, so it's been translated by Eric Ozawa, and it's set in early spring, which I think is perfect for this time of year because we are heading into spring. And it's about how a person spent their summer to early spring in the bookshop, and they loved it, and it just sounds really beautiful. So this was bought for me by my dad for Christmas, and I technically this counts as a present. It's because I want to read this, because there's 3 or 4 books in the series. So I really want to finish reading Miss Pettigrew so I can read the bookshop one, so I can read this, because if I really like this, I think I'm going to like the rest of them. There's Before Coffee Gets Cold, Tales from the Cafe, Before Your Memory Fades, and Before We Say Goodbye. So there's 4 in all. So this could be the start of my Japanese to English translation collection, because I have about 15 books, I think, including 1 Korean one out of a lot of the Japanese ones. But I'm hoping this is going to be as good as it's apparently been said to be. I've seen, I think, quite a few booktubers have talked about this. So, and also I decided that I wanted to read 2 quicker books, which would be perfect for me. Quicker books are perfect for me, for little old me. So one of them is one I bought. Actually, these are ones I both bought last year. One is by J.L. Carr, and it's A Month in the Country. I think I found this by accident whilst looking for another book, or it might have been mentioned by Miranda's bookshelf, I'm not sure. And Cheerful Weather for the Wedding, and I think this one was mentioned by Lil's Vintage World. I think either that, or I was watching her video and she mentioned a different one which I actually also own, which was a gift, and then I found this, and I found this is a Persephone one, and I'm pretty sure I got this one from Amazon. Most of my Persephone books I do get from Persephone, but some of them, when I've not got a lot of money, I will peruse eBay and Amazon for, and I have bought a couple of them from there. One of them was well read by this gentleman's wife, and it's in perfect condition and it's well loved, so I'm glad to have given it a brand new home. So yeah, that's my TBR. Also, I don't know what her name is, I forgot, because I've only just started following her. Is it Gem's Bookshelf, who I found through Alice's Giant Bookshelf. She and actually Emma of Emmie will be reading like Water for Chocolate this year. I've read the book once, many years ago. It made me cry. I watched the film, box of tissues I went through. It's probably my all-time favorite film ever of a foreign film. It's just beautiful. It's absolutely, it's gorgeous. It's stunning. It's just something to get so lost in. And I bought the book because when I was watching, I think it's Gem's Bookshelf, she mentioned she's going to be reading it this year, and I saw the cover and I was like, that's a really pretty cover. I think I might want to read that book again. So I bought the book. Yeah. Oops. I bought it in January. So yeah. Also, I want to show you a little bit of painting I've been doing. So I spent last night, this is going to sound really weird, trying to paint like a 6-year-old because I don't know why, I just thought if I'd like to kind of find my inner child with a paintbrush, and I made the mess of a 6-year-old. I won't tell you where the paint went. I'm sat looking on my bed at it now. Yeah, I made a mess. And I just hated everything that I created. So I couldn't sleep last night or this morning due to pain insomnia, which is when you're in so much pain you can't sleep. And I had a load of paint I needed to finish up, and to be honest, there's still a load of paint I still need to finish up, and I gave some of it to my daughter so she could paint when she came home. So I did this abstract piece and hated it. I just really didn't like it. Nothing I did last night, I didn't like any of it, except for I ended up doing these like little paint sketches. And here's what I came up with, and they were on one big piece, and I've kind of split them up because I need to. My daughter wants to keep this one, which is my favourite, so that was quite nice. And the other ones I need to put in my actual sketchbook. So here's one. This is all done with acrylic paint. So this is, if you're not sure what it is, it's a tree in the grass with the sky behind it. And I love this. I just love how quick it was. I just didn't think I did it. This was me cleaning off my brush, and my daughter said it looks like a leaf. So I used gold pen and white pen, which were both Poscas, and I made it into a leaf. And on the same page as this one was this little bench, and I added some birds and flowers. And then I think I did this one next, which is a bird watcher's hut, in case you're not sure. I didn't know what I was doing, so I just kind of went with it, and I did up, I think, painting like a 6-year-old, and I'm really happy with them. I love it. I didn't think, I just put the paint down. I didn't even think about it. And then I did a country scene with a pond and birds. My favourite one is this one, because I love sheep, and I just absolutely love this. The gate kind of was, and the fence was kind of a last minute thing, but I thought it kind of really worked because I needed something, because it just kind of looked a bit bare, sorry. So I put in these, so I did not mean to make the noise of a sheep. And then I put in flowers and a bush and birds. So I want to do more of this style of artwork. I tried to do abstract painting, and yeah, I hated it. I really hated it. So yeah. So that's all I've really been up to this last few weeks. I have got more painting, which I will make a longer video on hopefully next week now, because obviously it's now Wednesday and we have a busy week next week, because I will do something in the spare room. Well, tell my husband to do something in the spare room. And yeah, so hopefully this ongoing project will be finished soon, because it's kind of getting annoying. I have loads of hospital appointments as well, so that's a load of fun. And I'm hoping at some point that I can get out into the countryside to do some artwork like this. This is the type of artwork I want to do. I loved doing that. I had so much fun. I want to do bigger pieces of that. I definitely want to take this one bigger. I've got some cartridge paper. I've got my A3 sketchbook. We'll see what happens. I just have to remember not to think, because obviously I did that without thinking. It's just straight down and done, and I loved it. So just quick to mention I'll try and remember all the YouTubers I've been watching, but I'm gonna forget. I know I am, and whoever I talk about, I will put in the box below. But I'm just gonna give a list whilst I remember them. So there's JoAnne Salmon, Valerie Lin. These are the artists / illustrators. Deborah Woodthorpe, Emma Woodthorpe, Sandi Hester, Natash Newton, Melanie Chadwick, and Kristiāna. So they're all the artists and illustrators I have been watching and really enjoying. I love, oh, and Emily Powell, sorry. She started vlogging again, which I'm so happy about. So I've been watching her new videos. I just love watching other artists and getting tips on their sketching sets and things like that. So yeah, I've had lots of fun watching them. I've been binge watching them, to be honest. And I've been watching Emmie, which is Emma. Her channel's Emmie. Alice and the Giant Bookshelf. I'm really hoping I got that one right. And I've also been watching Gem the Bookshelf. I can't quite remember her name. I'm really sorry, Gem. But I will put the right information below. And weirdly, Bid Meets Food. He does food challenges where he eats food. Bizarrely. I think it's because I can't eat loads of different foods and I like looking at foods and it all looks really nice, and it's also quite entertaining to watch him eat. I'm really sorry that the light's been in my glasses this whole time. So yeah, I've been trying to record this video for like a week, and I just think that, like, on RetroClaude as well, I've been watching RetroClaude. She's knitting hexapuffs. I'm hoping to knit hexapuffs too. Also, I'm going to the Buxton Wool Gathering. Hurrah! I'm hoping to go to Yarndale, maybe. I'm a knitter, in case you haven't guessed. With my arm injury, I haven't been able to cross stitch or knit, so I'm hoping to get back to knitting hexapuffs so I can kind of spur RetroClaude on, because she's knitting hexapuffs too. She's doing the beekeeper's quilt. I have an obsession with it. I'm still obsessed with it, and I just need to knit actual hexapuffs. So yes, I've also been watching, and I also thought that I've had so many bad days, and if I wait for a good day, I'm going to be waiting forever. And this is me. This is me on a bad day, feeling lousy, with a flare up and a cold coming on. And I didn't want to go for another week without making a video. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there for now because I've waffled and rambled quite a while. If I remember anyone else that I have watched, I will add them to the info box. And yeah, that's about it really. So I'm going to go finish my cup of tea. I'm going to finish running my daughter's bath. And then later on, I might go on Jackson's, and I have a small budget, and I might buy some art materials because I'm not making a library / art studio now. It's going to be an art studio. There will be a bookcase, but probably downstairs or in this room. There will be a bookcase in that room, just not dedicated library type thing. So I'm saving a little bit of money on that. So I've decided to treat myself to some much needed art materials, and I've found resources that I can access. So when I'm not able to get out, which is quite a lot these days, I can just sit and sketch using Google Maps, or Map Crunch is another one which Kristiāna mentioned. So yeah, so I'll say goodbye for now. I hopefully will see you again very soon. Flare-ups allowing and fatigue allowing. I will let you know how Miss Pettigrew goes and if I finish it. Keep an eye on Instagram, where you can find me on there. You can also find me on Ravelry if there's any of you out there that are knitters. I do have a second YouTube channel which I haven't added to quite a long time, but I'm hoping once my daughter's room is sorted I might be able to. I will be back with a vlog of my artwork, or I might actually just do a video and post the video. I'm not sure which yet, but anyway, whatever happens, I'll be back hopefully soon. I'm going to stop rabbiting on. I'm going to stop waffling, and I'll say stay safe, stay warm, happy reading, happy painting, happy crafting, whatever you get up to, stay warm and cozy. Have a great week, have a great weekend, and hopefully I will see you next week. If not, it might be in a couple of weeks, but flare-ups allowing, we'll see. See you later. Have a great night, and yeah, I'll see you later on. Bye bye everyone.